So in this video, you're gonna learn about how to organize your project. So organizing your project using a project feature on GitHub. So that sounds rhyming, but it's much more interesting than you think. Now, when you manage a bigger program like this, when I'm currently I'm a senior program manager for this particular thing, and you have a lot of issues coming over here, and you have a lot of pull requests, and you have a lot of discussion been happening. Now, when it go beyond one certain limit, it would be very hard for you to manage. For example, when you go to GitHub roadmap, search on GitHub roadmap, and when you click over here and you click on project, you click on GitHub public roadmap. Now you can see how GitHub is managing this. Now any people who comes to here, they can publicly see this particular roadmap and they can understand what developments are going on. And when they click over here, it will take them into the particular issues, and they will even have a glimpse about who is working on and what's the status of this issue, and whether you can log the conversation to a public audience if you don't want them to see. So this gives a proper timeline view to the contributors or particular people who is focusing on your project. So any project which you have which you take, there will be like a project dashboard available. From this you will be able to see some update coming into the GitHub in the future. For example, you can see in the last months of 2024 they were planning to put actions into M2 Pro powered MacBook runners, right? So now Mac OS 15 is now available for GitHub hosted runners. So this is available to GitHub audience. Now you can also see how the project and who is working on this and a lot of information. So now what I'm going to do is like how to create a project just like what you have seen here. Now what you need to do is like go to your repository where do you want the project to be active, for example, and you have to go to the project tab over here and make sure that project is enabled in your profile. Now once you've done that, you have an option to link an existing project or you can create a new project from here. Now over here you have to give a complete roadmap of how your project looks like. Now let me give you a glimpse about what I'm talking about over here. All right, so this is what I'm talking about over here, which is like the projects and the classic projects. So in the classic project, it was like just boards, column charts, and progress bar. Now it has been updated into you have board list, time layout, and you have list of insight. Even you can use actions and GraphQL APIs to automate the entire process, and it will also help you to visualize what really happening inside your project. So this is like a great kind of view in these days projects, how it looks like. Now it also help you to search for an existing issues. So for example, you can search an existing issues and you can add that into your project. That's which I'm going to talk to you about right now. Then furthermore, you can automate the project using built-in automated workflow or using a GitHub Actions or using a GitHub Workflows as well. Now we will be talking about GitHub Actions and workflow very too detailed because that's a very complex topic which we need to convert. So before that, we have to understand the overall GitHub ideas, like what all things is there in the GitHub. Then we will head into the GitHub Actions. All right, so that's what we are going to discuss today. So we'll come back to the thing. So once you click on this over here, you have two ways. One is like feature release way or team planning. So right now I'm in an organization and I want to be a team planning or Kanban board. So this will literally help me to track my progress with my team. Or you can use a roadmap just like a Gantt chart over here, which will help you to progress via the timeline. So I would like to go with a Kanban view over here. So you create a project just like that. So your project is already over here. Now either you can create a new view or import the bulk project. For example, you can add particular project into the list. All right, add new view. Just give me a minute. All right, so what you need to do is like you have to go to the particular issues which you have been created. For example, this is where our issues been created. Now let me go into the issues over here. So now we have this particular issue over here, which is beta launch poster. Now what I'll be doing is like you have an option to project, so you can select this project. Now this will be added into the project and you can select the beta launch poster has been done. Now you can move to the next one. This is already closed. So you can see the automation literally happened over there. So when I, for example, GSOC extended registration, so the registration page is not yet done. So when I click on project and click on no status in progress, okay. Now if I move into the done, the issue will be automatically closed. That's how automation just works to make your life much more easy. So now let me select couple of these things like this. The team page is done and is in review right now. Now let me go to the other issues. Let me open just a couple of these things just like that. All right. So here projects. So web development. So these are like couple of issues available right now. So you link that into the web development over here and in progress. This is like in the backlog, and there is another project which is like with a countdown. This is in the backlog, and you have this one categories like this has been done. For example, I give to this to a version. Now this has already been done, but my review is pending. So I can add it like this. So this will give me a total view. What is this now? Okay, I like this discussion, but it's going beyond the control. Again, this is not the right way of having a discussion, but it's all right. Something is happening over there. All right, now you try to come and refresh this page. You can see the roadmap is been happening over here, right? So this kind of gives an overall impression about the team, what actually is happening. And you can give a status update over here, a short description about this project. So this is maybe I can just copy it from the website. So this is a program which I'm running right now, which is an open source program. Now I have to change the dates as well. Now over here, coming over here, I can just copy paste this. So I have to put a new date, which is like from 1st of October to 30th October. So this has been done. Save it. Now add a project status update. Status update in brief report tracking of your project health and progress. You can add an update. Currently we are in beta launch stage. We can put some checklist like launched CA posters. Oh no, launch soon poster. Team PA poster ready to launch. All right, so you can set the status like on track and select a target date. So this is the start date and tomorrow is the target date for this, and save the update. Now what happened is like a complete update regarding to the entire thing will be go to the team, and team can click and see what's really happening over here. So this is like a great way of collaboration when you have multiple bigger team. Now over here you can see Kanban board, priority Kanban board, team items over here. So you can literally see. So this is what I told you, this the way here they have deal, this is not the right way to deal with it. So you can use the Kanban board over here to deal with these things. So you can assign to the particular person, and you can set the priorities like P0, P1, P2. So this is how you handle these things in a very professional way. And you can also add an assignee. Right now there is no assignees being assigned. So you can also assign one particular person to this particular view. For example, I can add a field like assignees and labels. All right, so you can push the assignee to here, and size is not important. You can remove this hide field, and labels is important. And what else you can grab it from here? You don't have to do a start date. The end date is on the priority. Status is important. Hidden field, linked pull fields, that's important. Who is reviewing, that's important. And repository, that's very important as well. So this is what we have to, this is how we manage the particular thing, and this is how we collaborate. Because when we do like this, what happens is like this is like a traditional way of doing things, and it would be very hard for you to come and maintain the things. So you can always come here and understand what is progress, what is in review, and have a highlight view, and you can assign a particular person for this particular project. So that's how the things is working over in terms of Kanban board. Now you can see this project is still untitled. So what you can do is like name this project. So you can name this project as GSOC 24 extended roadmap. All right. Again, you can just simply copy paste this thing over here. Right, so it should be over here. So Girl Script 3 months open source program foundation, and this one, and save changes. Make this project template that can be used by members of GSOC 24 organization when they create a new projects. Yes. And you can even copy this template, and you can even make a copy of this template if you want to use it, because creating this is not an easy process. Now you can only those within the access can project view it. Okay, base role, right? Can see, make changes to add new collaborators to this project. Admin can do that. And you can manage the access by inviting the particular people. So here Mo is one guy who is working with me. I can add and invite them, give them an admin role over here. And Mastan is another guy who is working with me, and I can give an admin role and invite over here, so they can see how and use this particular template and work along with the team. So this is how we do it. This is how we use the GitHub roadmap over here. All right. Now one more thing is like you can make this project public, so people can see what the entire team is working on. So that's the one advantage. Again, there is like a copy template which can help you to create a view of this particular project into the different organization. Now what we're going to talk about is this one, which is like over here you have multiple options to automate this particular project using the workflow. Before that, I want to give you a brief about the insight. Over here you will be able to see a burn up chart over here, and you can even configure this new chart. You can add bar chart, a column chart, which can give an overall time about assignees, and group by status. So you can see each assignees and their group by changes, and you can add a new chart. Now you have a status chart and you have a assignee chart, and you can rename the chart just like this: assigned people view. All right, and you have the status chart over here, and you have a burn up chart over here. Now if you go to the workflow, you can you can define any kind of workflow. For example, when I mark this particular project item as closed, for example, this is what is currently available. So when an item is added to a project, so it can automatically come to your Kanban code or something like that. For example, in this one, you can see when an item is closed, value is set, and this has been marked as closed. So when the pull request is merged, it will automatically close from this particular thing. So that's how the current thing is working right now. So that's all about how a project is been working. Now, yeah, you can give a feedback to the GitHub team regarding any of the things, and you can click over here and understand if there is anything new coming to the particular project tab. So you can see GraphQL and webhook supports on the new project tab, and here also you can see a lot of ways that you can collaborate and implement a new workflow and learn more about what I have spoke to you right now. And thank you for watching this video. This is very important one, and it's not over yet. So we are not over yet without our usual quiz formula over here. So take a 2 minutes time to answer, pause the video. Now, what project descriptor automatically saves when you change it? So the project name, right? And what does an integration iteration field help you to do in the project? So it basically allows you to create a sequential phases of your project and group issues and pull requests based on your phase. Now, what field you can use in order to make a priority grouping like high, medium, low in your project? I haven't spoke about it. So you can easily select a single select for this, which will allows you to create a multiple groups like priority, grouping, order in order to help you to organize and prioritize your project. Because we initially went for the Kanban project, so we didn't create the timeline view. So what is the easiest way to add automation to your project? So you have built-in automation available within the GitHub. So you can use that automation. Else you can use GitHub Actions. And if you're really advanced, you can go for GraphQL API. And what is the name of the section where you can change the visibility of your project, close your project and delete your project? So you can always go into the danger zone. So that's all about how this is working. And in the next video, you will be learn more about how to use the Markdown very effectively. And thanks for watching my video and stay tuned for the next one.